Welcome to the channel, everyone. This is Jeremy Duper with the Super Duper Garage. Today we're going to be working on the LJ. We're going to be working on that Jeep a lot on the channel, hey, it's my favorite vehicle. We're going to do it a lot. Today we're going to be doing exhaust. We're going to go over the pieces real quick with what we are going to be doing, kind of the DIY kit. Going to be interesting. We're also going to show you kind of what's coming off. So real quick, let's show you what we got. Kind of what comes with the kit. So I got the 2.5 inch, just like a basic mild steel kit from Jegs. Magnaflow exhaust I picked up from my local Napa. We got 2 new oxygen sensors. Those small boxes are the welding bungs for the oxygen sensors and the flanges for the headers. The welding bungs are very important for the oxygen sensors, and I went ahead and got new ones mainly because it can be a pain in the butt to get the old ones out. Anytime you have oxygen sensors that's been in there for many years, the ability to get them out, it can take hours, and without the special tool, you might as well just buy new ones. It's going to be money ahead, and hell, half the time the tool is going to cost as much as new sensors. So let's get the Jeep on the lift, up in the air, and then I'll show you the next part. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick tour, just kind of what the old exhaust, can't talk today, kind of look like. So it's a 2 1/4, kind of underneath. There's collecting to the headers, goes underneath the Kevco racing oil pan, and then collects, let the light catch up, and then runs to the side. So we're going to put the muffler underneath or in between the skid plate and the body. Right now there's just a straight pipe running out back after Ben with JK Gear and Gadgets helped me put the new transmission and Atlas transfer case in. Part of the reason why we're doing new exhaust. So we're going 2.5 inch instead of the 2 1/4, and we're going to run it up in front of the oil pan for better clearance, running its side and then through. One thing I forgot to mention, this is not my shop. This is his shop.
Ditch digger.
And when you don't have the equipment, you make friends who have the equipment. So keep that in mind. All right, one real quick thing I did while Trevor is messing with the different exhaust collectors at the headers, I went ahead and took off the skid plate. That way we have access to the muffler to make everything easier to connect. And as you can see, his little piece that he's just pulled off. That way, with just the ease of pulling exhaust off and muffler connector, that was just makes it easier to handle in everything we do. And you can see one piece that we have tacked together right now. Slowly but surely, we're coming together. So on this piece right here, Trevor is actually going to TIG weld this part versus MIG welding it. So that's what we got set up here. Try to get a good view. So pretty.
Peaceful what?
You know, fix a spot or two or something?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
I was gonna sit there so it'll
cool,
and
cool.
then I'll be able to cut it.
All right, just a quick update of where we are on the exhaust. We're using a transmission jack to hold up the muffler in place. That way we can see kind of how we need to line up our different exhaust tubes. So we got the dual exhaust, kind of have a little, you could say bend, but two little pieces Trevor cut and manipulated to a little bit of tack welds, just kind of holding stuff together. This one we're gonna do a little bit of bends in. That way we can get this one lined up. And again, let me get a little farther away. That way you can see we have this two pipe in, just so we can kind of see what we need to do to kind of finish that one. And then once we have that one kind of in place with our next little cuts, you see this one kind of where it's going to live. We'll put some more tack welds in it so we can keep it in place. And then we'll go ahead then work on the O2 sensors bungs. Get those lined out. That way we get those done, because that's pretty important. And then we'll probably pull everything off, weld it all up, refit everything to make sure it's all good. A little bit of space to make sure the muffler isn't just sitting on this vibrating. We don't want that to happen either. So just some of the stuff to think about when you're doing your own exhaust, all the fun stuff. All right guys, to recap the exhaust, I've had it out on a few trips now, and I just now put a little bit more wrap, and then the main project I did today was putting this heat shield on just so it doesn't absorb into the floorboard. But Magnaflow muffler, then just a nice little dump out the back. I've had a dump like this, I mean, we're going on 12 plus, actually probably 14 plus years now, set up that way, and haven't had any issues. But the 2 in, single out, so far it's working great, sounds great. We'll do some wheeling videos and you'll be able to kind of hear everything. But that's the exhaust that my friend Trevor was able to help build. Right here is the slip. So these two clamps are kind of holding the front and the back piece together. So if I ever need to pull anything apart, I can take these. I can take this part out the back, and then I can take this part, separate it from the headers, and take it off. That way I have the ability to do that without having to actually drop the center thing every single time. Something to think about if you ever do your own or have someone build it. That's what we got. Thank you guys for tuning in with the DIY exhaust. It is definitely something that is kind of a pain, not easy. If you have your own bender, you know, that's definitely a lot easier. It's not a simple project, so something to think about if you're ever thinking about doing it yourself. You need a lift, you need a welder, definitely cutting tools. It's a big project, but something that can be done. So far it turned out great. It's working great. And so far I love the sound of the Magnaflow muffler. I really do. It's been amazing. It's just enough tone without being overbearing, especially when you're on trail for 8 hours a day and you're sitting there kind of idling and then burps of throttles. So thank you guys for tuning in to Super Duper Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to share, guys. Thank you.